Back with more, and tonight we continue our celebration of the careers of Lee Jordan and Leon Bibb as they prepare to head off into retirement from News 5. And John Cossack joins us once again. You've been a busy guy. You're here to talk about the early days of Leon Bibb's career.
Frank, you may find this hard to believe, maybe even shocking. Leon Bibb has a lot of stories, but there was one that doesn't involve a president, celebrity, or sports figure, but quite simply, a hitchhiker. Before moving home to Cleveland, Leon Bibb made history as an anchor in Columbus, but the road there actually began in Toledo. A cold winter night, he passed a hitchhiker carrying books. Like many, he kept on going.
I'm in the car all by myself, and a voice that I hear just as well as you hear my voice, except I heard the voice inside my chest. Go pick him up. And it gnawed on me, and I kept driving and denying it. And finally, I made a U-turn, went back and picked up the guy. And as soon as he got in the car, he said, "You're Leon Bibb, the new guy at Channel 11 here in Toledo." I says, "Yes." He says, "You know, my girlfriend's mother was wondering whatever happened to you." And I said, "Who's your girlfriend's mother?" He said, "She's the public affairs director of the NBC station in Columbus. Why don't you call her and tell her you're working here in Toledo?"
He did. They talked. There was an opening, and soon Leon was on the phone with the news director, and an interview was set up. Day of, though, Leon's car wouldn't start for the 2.5-hour drive. He called the news director, who offered to reschedule.
And I said, "If you're going to be there this evening, I can make it because I've called Greyhound and I can get a bus out of Toledo for Columbus in a couple of hours." And he says, "I'll see you when you get here." And when I walked in off that bus ride, 12 below zero in Ohio, when I walked into the television station, the news director said, "Son, you've got character." And I like that. He says, "Now I want to see if you can read and report."
3 weeks to the day after hearing that voice and picking up that hitchhiker, Leon was on the air in Columbus.
The voice I heard, I truly believe, John, I think it was the voice of God. There's no doubt in my mind. I heard this voice, and nobody's in the car but me.
So what would you like to say to Leon and Lee? We'd like to hear from you. Check out the News 5 Cleveland Facebook page to share your thoughts on the retirement of these two Cleveland news legends. Phenomenal story. And I can't believe you got on a bus. And how long was the bus ride?
Well, the bus ride was about, well, we stopped at every little bitty town between Toledo and Columbus. It took about 3 hours. So I was like 6 hours late for my interview for a job.
You were not going to pass on that opportunity.
Not at all.
But they knew that I was coming late. And really, I mean, it was a hitchhiker who I have not seen since. And I don't recommend it. People just pick up hitchhikers. Right. But there was something about this guy, and I picked him up.
This story never gets old. I mean, you share it, and when you tell the story in the newsroom, it's like I can see the pictures without it being a news package, which we just aired.
Right. Yeah, it was
an amazing story.
And as you said, I mean, 3 weeks from the day of the hitchhiker, Lee,
that's pretty amazing.
I'm on the air in Columbus, starting a brand new career.
Just like that.
It is a great example of how you just never know how one little incident can completely shift the course of your life.
And I think there are chapters out there in all our lives. Sometimes you just know where the blessing is going to come. It's sometimes at the curbside. I call that story Angel at the Curbside.
How about that? I love it. Got to be paying attention, though.
Yes, you do.
To see those things.
Got to be willing to listen, and you were.
Mark J. Weather, when you're doing weather, what are the voices in your head?
We don't want to talk about those.
Okay. Don't tell them that, okay. Here we go. Let's follow me over here.